Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Gals on the Go podcast. It's Brooke.
And Danielle. We are on Brooke's couch this week, coming to you live from the Lower East Side. I don't know. That just felt right.
No, we are. You're very right. It's like about to be sunset hours, so I feel like we're in this vibe together.
Yes.
Like we're watching. It's actually, I mean, my view is my fave, but the sunset time, you're in for a treat.
I know. I always forget about your view, and then I come over, and the elevator ride's like a long ride.
Yeah,
I'm like, I got a view coming.
Up.
Oh my god, your doorman also fully was so nice. He was like, I know where you're going.
Oh, I told him because I had gotten a package, and I was like,
it.
by the way, sometimes I like clue them in as to like, because if it's like
surprise
10
guest
minutes later, someone's coming. So I'm like, hey, someone's coming. You don't have to call me. Like save yourself a call.
Well, he made me feel very welcome.
Oh, that's great.
Very kind man. We knuckle bumped.
He's so great. Yeah,
so great.
He loves to ask. They always ask me like about my family and stuff. It's very
so
sweet.
Nice.
Yeah, like, how are your parents? Like, I'm like, oh, they're good. Like, I guess I should give them a ring. Like,
I know. That's so nice. Wow. Only one of mine does that. And it's like not always. So we're working through that.
Yeah. It shows like there are different involvement levels of doormen. And if you guys don't live in New York, Sasha, you don't know like doorman culture, this is probably so bizarre to you. I stumbled upon a TikTok talking about this and people are like, what do the doormen do? Do they like, or Katie maybe posted about it and they were like, like, do they like hail cabs for you like in the movies and stuff? Because it's kind of confusing. It's like what's the purpose of them?
Yeah, that's so true. Because when you're in like Central Park area, like those doormen, they're hailing the cabs, they're opening the door, they're wearing the hats, like
they are like
things.
It's like really what you see in the movies.
Yes, that's not what mine is.
Yeah, and mine's not like that high level either. But I think that they monitor the building. They're more like almost like a security officer, I would argue.
Yeah, they're keeping you safe, making sure your packages are going where they need to.
That you can't just walk into the building and like wander around. You have to like say I'm going to this specific apartment to see this person, and then they call, make sure it's very like with intent. They keep the packages so that none get stolen, and they just like run the building.
Yeah, very very thankful for doormen. Like I will not go back to a non-doorman building after this. It's so lovely. I
know. I do sleep with like a lot of peace of mind. Like I mean, I still get a little nervous at times. Yeah. Even last night, I was like fully. You know why? Because I heard really loud noises. I woke up this morning, my window was open, so that's why. Because I was
whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah, I know. I was hearing stuff. I was like, someone's fully in my living room right now, like at 3 a.m. But I like couldn't be bothered to get up.
That's the scariest thing when you're just like, what do I do? What do I do? Where's my nearest knife? Like, what do I do?
But I was like, I don't want to get up and like face them.
Yeah.
Like so that I can face myself. Like I don't want to face them.
No, I literally get like that all the time. Because do you sleep with your door closed, like your bedroom door closed?
No. Do you?
I do. I don't know why.
Well, you don't have any sort of clear path to your front door in your apartment. See, I have this thing where I like to I don't have the most clear path, but I could like if I crank my head enough, I could kind of see my door.
True. So it like makes sense for that.
Yeah, I don't know why. That's like a weird thing for me that I like to have a view of the door.
No, I used to always be that way, but I think it's because my living room gets really bright, so if I keep I don't know.
So now it's like you're secluded. I mean, if you're fully locked up and like then you're good.
But sometimes I don't know. And like a purse, like I hang up my purse, or I put my purses on a shelf, sometimes they'll fall, and that is just I know.
That is like terror inducing.
It's
wow.
terror inducing for sure. I just have to calm myself
it's just
down.
The ghost of your apartment.
Often I will FaceTime my dad or Ryan and be like, can you just be on FaceTime me while I like
just
go
like,
around?
Wow, this is happening.
Or do you ever come home? This is just our spooky episode now.
Yeah, the ghost stories.
Ooh, ghoul. Do you ever come home and like, let's say you left and closed your bedroom door, but you don't remember doing that? Like sometimes I'll come home and like my bathroom door is closed and I'm like, I know
what you're talking about. Like things you're like, wait, did I really leave this thing out or whatever? And you're, but you definitely did. But it's you're convincing yourself. You're like, wait, did I though? Yeah,
no, it's scary because when I travel, I tend to close all the doors before I leave. But like, not when I'm just like going to run errands. But I guess sometimes I do. And then you're like, someone's in my shower. The classic.
Oh yeah, you got to do the reveal.
The curtain.
The closet open for me is a big one. I'm like, all right.
Oh, is that yours?
And then like,
that's funny. Mine's the shower curtain.
Yeah,
everyone's got their vice.
They do. They have their thing that they're a little spooked over.
Yes.
Yeah, but we make it work. We're very lucky. Obviously, it definitely makes it a lot. Especially being a single, like living alone female. I think like I feel a lot more like it's such a privilege, obviously.
She's single.
No, I'm not. Oh my god, the crowd lights up. They're like,
I
know. No, certainly not.
But take it to the comments.
I heard her at minute 5:04. Brooke confirms.
I know what you mean. Like not married, living
No,
alone.
I live alone. And like most of the time I'm here, like, I'm alone. So like, yeah.
Same. I feel you,
Exactly.
girl.
So I feel like it's nice. Yeah. When you come home and you're like, all right,
closing shop,
Yeah.
like all the things. This week's episode is gonna be really fun. We like to do a little check-in every now and then. We're gonna be doing a Q&A. You guys ask some fire questions, if I do say so. Sometimes it's like, ooh, what are we gonna get? But you guys ask, and when I say that, I mean like we just don't want to say our favorite color, you know?
Yeah, it needs like a little deeper thinking, and some of them were directed more towards like individual, more Danielle or more and I like those too, and some are for the group. So just a general Q&A and answering some things. There were some like common themes, so like we're gonna answer the ones that are more common. My light just did come on. I knew that it would.
Let there be light. Her kitchen light just came on.
I have it on so that when the sun sets, like the official time of the sunset, the light comes on. It's like linked via my Amazon.
That is via
yes,
that's impressive
technology.
So the sun just set.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah, cool.
So
right?
when your light turns on, the sun has set.
So like in the
Should
summer,
ring a bell.
it sets closing
That's
shift.
awesome.
Yeah. Anyways, that's something cool that I set up. I know I've been very in my Amazon era, which I know people have like really mixed opinions of, but I've just been like,
too. It's so fun.
Once you start going in, you're like, you can find anything on this damn website.
No, I know. I keep almost buying. I don't know if you already have the AirPod cleaners, like the little brush for the AirPod. Have you come across that on TikTok? And I keep almost doing it because it's like this little perfect wispy brush to clean your AirPods from like earwax and stuff. Not to be gross.
I definitely need that because my AirPods, trigger warning, they're very waxy.
When I open my case, I don't let anyone else see.
Same.
I'm like, no one can see this waxy case.
No, in like middle school, people like share earbuds.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Like that's my biggest fear.
No, I'm like, if someone's like, oh, here, listen. I'm like, oh, I don't want you to.
Like, actually, I'll just play it out loud.
Yeah, I'll just play it on speaker. I don't really need you to put your AirPod in my ear. Not for cleanly reasons, more so for looks, like, or not for.
I think
that's grossed out, but
if they're waxy, like it's not. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're dirty. Like I don't think that's correlated, but it looks like when it obviously comes on things. Yeah,
it's tough. It's really
but then
tough.
you're not supposed to stick a Q-tip in, so it's like, how should we really be cleaning our ears?
Yeah, I saw that recently. It's okay. I don't clean my ears. Actually, I do a lot of times in the shower with my pinky. Oh, and then I clean out my nail. That's really gross. This is a really interesting start to
I
the
definitely
episode.
like wash my ear. Like I have done that before. Like especially behind my ears, they get crusty. Like I'm washing them, but not necessarily going in the canal. Like
So you don't use Q-tips either. On your
I kind of stopped
I
because
don't
I
either.
heard that it's really damaging. Or if I do, I use them wet. Have you like after I get out of the shower, I would do it.
Oh, smart.
But like this is so random. I only really do it when I'm home because I have Q-tips in my bathroom at home, like on Long Island.
I feel you. See, my mom like has some.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, well, Q-tip. Like, or if I'm on vacation, like I have the little pack of Q-tips.
Like, I'm probably due. It's like going to the dentist every 6 months. You know,
my annual
ear cleaning. Get some ear candling done. I've always been interested in that, but I've heard horror stories where it like goes wrong. Something goes south, and you're like,
There's a lot of theories on like ear health. I feel like that's like something that
too many things to think about.
I know there's so many. Oh my God.
Like, keep your ears healthy, but also go for a run and do this and eat healthy and
there's too much.
Hang out with your friends and
I can't clean my ears. I have to hang out with my friends.
And like, oh my God, there's like I can't clean my ears.
Well, I feel like you've been okay. So I guess we'll get into a little like catch up. I guess a little bit first before we get into like the episode and we have some topics and stuff. But I want to hear about your trip because you just came back from a very exciting trip.
It was so much fun. Thanks for asking. I just came back from Miami. It was so much fun. Planned it like I don't even know, a while ago. My friend Seb and I were talking about wanting to go to Miami, and it just happened, and we went, and our friends Kelly and Cass came too. Seb and Cass work together. Me and Kelly obviously are friends, and there was just, and then Cass and Kelly are friends, me and Seb, a whole thing. So such a fun group. Everyone really dressed to impress. Like, it was so funny. All the comments were like, I'm living for the outfits on this trip. Like, I was loving like every night. It was so fun. It was just like your typical vacation where I don't mean to say it like that, but like my dream vacation where it's you're laying by the pool all day and then you get ready for dinner. Like when we went to Cabo last year, like that kind of vibe is what we were craving. It was so crazy too because so many people were there from New York. Like Miami, it makes sense because Miami is the same time zone. It's an easy flight from New York. Weather was pretty good. We went Thursday to, well, actually I got back this morning. So we were there, supposed to be there Thursday to Sunday.
Really on the go.
Queen of extending a trip. Let me tell you that. I feel like we did that last year for Cabo. I did it again this one because we got there Thursday, beautiful sunny day. Friday and Saturday, not raining, thank God, but cold and windy. And that's just not it. We were literally waking up at 8 a.m. every day to like go put our pool chairs out and like do all the things. And it was just, we sat there literally all day just hoping. And there would be like glimpses of sun.
Yeah.
And we'd be like, oh my gosh, yes. Like, and this is such a gross like comparison, but I was like, I feel like I'm getting blue balled by the sun. I literally, it's like
teasing you and then
you're
taking
pent
it back.
up. You're like sitting there and you're like, sun. And we literally, the whole roof, you just see everyone kind of like face towards the sun and like hold it in. And then you're like, oh no, it's gone.
But it wasn't cold though.
It was.
Oh, it was?
It wasn't cold, but the wind made it cold because it was cloudy. It was like 70 on the cloudy days, but it was like intense wind. Like we were literally going to get, like I was laying on the chair with my cover up on and 2 towels over top.
Oh,
like
okay. So it was chilly.
Yeah.
That's
but we were dedicated.
But what else do you do? I mean, you're there. Yeah, it's either that or like you go walk around and like explore shop. But like I feel like you've done that before in Miami, so you're like looking for a relaxing trip.
Yeah, we like shopped for the trip. Like I wasn't shopping there. Like I was like, no, I've already bought enough outfits. Like we are not.
Like, I'm good. I've got my outfits.
So good.
Yeah, the outfits were like truly things that I have never come across when I've been shopping. So I'm like, no, I'm wondering like where do you even find pieces like that? Like where did you shop for that trip?
I shopped a lot on Revolve, and Tiger Mist actually, but they all were wearing so many things from Moda Operandi actually. So I was learning about a lot of new designers and brands, and I was inspired really. They're all very fashionable girlies, and it was such an uplift. Like everyone was just like, oh my God, like you look so good in that, or we'd borrow things from each other. It was so fun being with like 3 other like really stylish people. I was like, wow, I have all the accessories I could possibly need. Yes. It was so fun too, because we obviously had Kelly on the podcast, and I realized I've never been in a situation with Kelly where we're doing our makeup like together. So we would like be getting ready for the night, and we're all like staring at her, like looking at her getting ready. She would do our body makeup every night.
Oh, that's sweet.
I know. I was like, that's really, really nice.
Giving you tips.
Yeah, I like felt bad. Like there was one night I was really struggling with my eyeshadow, and I was like, I just like don't, like I didn't want to ask. She definitely would have, and like the other girls asked her for stuff, but I like felt bad. I don't even know. But so yeah, that part was really fun. Didn't end up going clubbing per se. But we did go to this place called the Tea Room, which I guess is really popular. And apparently Alex Earl's like friend group was there, but she just wasn't there. I know.
Upsetting.
I like didn't recognize them, but the other girls recognized them. I was like, oh my God. And that was like the night I guess Alex was the bride. Did you see all
They
this?
had a frat wedding, yeah.
Yeah.
The comments on those were crazy. They're like,
oh, really?
I've unheard of. I'm like, go to Georgia.
Yeah,
like they have these all
thing.
the time. Yeah, it's like a fake wedding type of thing that's like, the fraternity like votes on like a bride and a groom basically, and it's like a thing. And I think it's just for like I saw it and I like knew immediately what it was, but
like,
I guess other people are like, oh my God, she's actually married. I'm like, no, it's a joke. It's a joke. People like relax.
I guess if you didn't like have that in your college, you would be very confused too. I didn't think about it like that. That's funny.
Like relax. Yeah.
But we stayed at the one hotel, which is just obviously an amazing place. And the one hotel in Miami is the first one that I went to and like became obsessed with. So it was cool to like go back to my roots. No, I'm kidding. That was the hotel that like inspired my apartment decor and everything. So it was very nice to go back, and it was just really, really relaxing. I'm trying to think if I had any other stories. Oh, well, everyone's very friendly there, so we like had this whole, oh my God, this I didn't tell you this. It's okay, well now I'm telling you on camera.
I'm excited.
Well, we started like talking to people because everyone's just very social there, and we started talking to these guys, and it was really funny. And like this is gonna make me sound whatever, but like not me, but whatever. We've had these conversations with people. Like if you're an influencer or anything, and like you're meeting other people, the people were like to us, oh, like what do you guys do? And I just kind of backed up. And Kelly's like an influencer, but she's also a makeup artist. So she's like, I'm a makeup artist. And then Cass and Seb were like, we work in fashion at this company, whatever. And then I just like I didn't answer.
Yeah.
And then the other guys were like, oh, well, our friend here's a social star. And then so our friends were like, oh, well, so are our friends. And they're like, oh, well, he has the blue check. And then our friends were like, well, they have the blue check. And it was like this really awkward, funny thing where it was
a
like
battle. Yeah. Who has the most clout?
I know. And keep in mind, me and Kelly are literally not saying anything. Our friends were just like trying to hype us up. But it was so funny because it was like, no, but he's verified. And they were like, no, like they are too. And the guy immediately was like, oh, shit. Come to find out, he was like, yeah, like, I mean, this is what I do, blah, blah, blah. But I just like woke up one morning with a verified blue check, and I was like, no one just wakes up with a blue check. So immediately in my head, I'm like, he was on a reality show. Like that's what because he was giving that energy. And
like a Bachelor type.
Yeah,
like
I was like, what is it? And he was eventually was like, yeah, I was on the show. It was called Joe Millionaire, and it was me and this other guy. And someone was just telling me about this show. Was it you?
Because I know someone. I'll tell you off camera, like adjacently, who was on this show. Who?
Me too. I figured. Is it the same one?
Yeah, it definitely is.
Because I figured it out, and I was like, okay, yeah. Maybe you were telling me about the show then, because I was like,
because I told you about this person's friend that I like ran into somewhere else.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So it all comes back to the show. I heard about this show. It was two Joes. One's rich. One's like not rich. Like, wasn't that the idea?
Yeah. One's like an average Joe, and then one's like a millionaire. And it's literally The Bachelor. I started watching today.
You watched it?
I came home today. I was like, I have to see this guy.
Is it a good show?
It's literally The Bachelor. So like,
okay.
But it's funny because he was like, yeah, it was me and this other guy. It's called Joe Millionaire. And at that point, we were talking. Everyone was like, oh my God, so cool.
Was he the average Joe or the millionaire?
Well, so I'm sitting there and I remember, and then all of a sudden it clicked. I was like, one's rich and one's not. So I literally go, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't this show where there's like a millionaire and not? And he goes, yeah, I was the average one.
I mean, to still be chosen, that's like such an honor. Also, like, I don't know. I almost think it's more impressive to be like 100%. The average Joe. Like, I think that's a better like look.
Yes,
to be like,
100%.
I'm the average Joe. Like, it's like, okay, but he probably was he still like good looking and stuff? Like,
very good looking guy, so nice. We actually ended up becoming friends with them. Like,
oh, nice,
just chilling with them by the pool. Like, all just
Is he still with someone from the show?
No, he's not.
They never work out these damn dating shows.
Yeah, no, but it was just such a funny, like, because none of us had seen the show, and at first we kind of got this vibe from him, and then he ended up being like a very kind human being. But it was just funny because he was like, yeah, I was on the show, whatever, and I was like, wait,
was
but
he
I know the show.
staying at the hotel too?
Yeah, he was staying at the hotel. But he's like definitely like, he was dressed very nice. Like, I think he's like made himself like and when he went on the show, he wasn't like he already had his own business. Like, he does.
Oh, okay.
But the other guy was worth 10 million.
Gotcha. So he was like, I see.
But he still, I think, was like doing fine. So that was just like a funny thing. So we became friends with him yesterday. So that was like my fun, cool story, I guess, really. Those were my sightings. Apparently Drake was there, not at the one hotel, but like filming a music video. And I was really sad because every time I go to Miami, I just think I'm going to see Drake.
He's like the king of Miami.
I know.
He, like, always there.
Oh, yeah. And this whole thing. So Thursday night, have you heard of Kiki on the River?
You told me about this a little bit.
I was so excited to go because all my friends had told me you have to go to Kiki on the River. But keep in mind, these were like a list that my friend had given me like a few years ago. And I feel like this is just me. Whenever I make reservations, I just like go. I'm not like, you're really good about like looking into it and like making sure the food's gonna be good and everything. But I'm like, oh my God, I heard Kiki on the River in a song. Like, we have to go. And they were all like, sure. So I made the reservation. I think Kiki on the River was like really popular like 5 years ago.
Oh.
So we get there and it was popping. It was fun. And like, you literally stand on tables after you're done eating.
I saw those videos. Yeah.
Oh my God. I was really leaning into it, but like, we were pretty sober and like, not everyone's like down for that, but it was so cool. Yachts would literally pull up and like they'd set up a table on their yacht.
Wow.
I know.
Oh, so it was like that level.
It was that level. It was so cool, but it was like a lot of like some might call this place chuggy. It was like a lot of bachelorette parties. Not that that's chuggy, but like it was like
it's a destination. It's like a party destination versus like like a sceney place for dinner. I see what you're talking. And I'm down for. Please, I think
you would have liked it. I mean, I had a blast. Like I had a blast.
Chuggy. You would have loved it.
No, I loved it. No, you know what I mean. Like, it was the music. The DJ was literally so good. Like, I think you would have so much fun. But it wasn't like we were dressed like our vibe for the dinner was like, we want like a sexy dinner, like the lights, like that kind of vibe. And it just definitely wasn't that. But it was so funny. But I was like, oh my God, like it's in all of Drake's songs, like Kiki on the River. Like, I don't know. I was just like expecting to see him there. Was not there, so that was funny. And I knew when I got DMs like, oh girl, like you're at Kiki.
Girl.
Yeah.
You hate to see it.
I didn't even tell them that because I was like, oh my gosh.
Because you don't want to bring attention. It's like bringing attention. It's like, when you have like bad skin or something, like you don't want to bring attention to it. So you don't want to bring attention to like, wait, people said this place might be a little like passe.
Oh yeah.
Because then their eyes would be open to it and they're like looking around like, wait, maybe it is.
No, literally. Well, they all like said something a little bit, and they weren't blaming me because they had also heard of Kiki on the River. We all just kind of had this, and then I like were in the car and I'm on my phone. I'm like, oh my god, I'm not gonna tell. Oh my god, these messages. And then I was 2 for 2 because the next night we had reservations at this place called Barton Gs, which I think I was telling you about it. It's like when you order the popcorn shrimp, it's in a popcorn machine. Like it's literally. We ordered the chopped salad and it would come in a bowl with like chopped wood. It was so funny. It was really cool. But apparently
that actually looked very cool.
It was very cool and the vibes were right, but we almost changed it because we got a little worried it was going to be
same as Kiki on there.
And it kind of was, but it was vibier. I thought the food was pretty good. But I got messages too, like, girl, Barton Gs is so out. I was like, oh my god, I hate myself. Like, I literally.
You're like, I'm done with the rest.
No, and then I was done. Then Cass took over, went to Dirty French, the brand new major food group restaurant. And then, oh my god, last night you would have loved the restaurant. It's called Mandolin. Oh, did I say I extended my trip? Yeah, I extended my trip.
No, you didn't say it. So yeah,
I did. Yeah. We just flew back this morning instead, super early because yesterday ended up being really sunny and nice. I'm really happy. But last night we went to this restaurant called Mandolin. You would literally die. It was Mediterranean food. You literally thought you were in Greece. I didn't even post. I didn't take a photo, but it was like so good.
I love places like that. Yeah. See, I'm a big fan. Like, if I'm gonna go to these restaurants, I want the food to be good. That's why I like do the look into it because I like.
No, I know.
I'm like, if I'm going like I'm here for a vibey dinner. And
yeah.
Honestly, I'm more for the experience. Like I would rather like the Barton Gs, like
you
would
have
cool
loved
stuff at the table. I like stuff like that. But like if you're gonna tell me like the music's right, like all of that, like that's definitely really important to me. But like if I'm going to dinner, and especially if it's an expensive dinner, the food better be freaking good. Yeah. That's important to me. But
no,
everyone has their own priorities. Some people have this mindset that like vacation food isn't as good. I'm like, vacation food's an opportunity to like have some good meals.
Yeah.
Like, that's my mindset.
No, yeah. I hear you with that. I think also it's subjective because I think I have like a more plain palate. So I think like my level of good food would be different than yours than someone else's. That's what I'm realizing too, because I was like, I honestly, every meal we had, I was like, that was fire. Like, that was so good. Like,
but we've talked about food before, and there's been things that you're like, not my fave, whatever.
Yeah,
so
right.
I think that
I hope I'm getting there.
No, you're good. You're good.
But so that was funny. So yeah, that was my thanks
so
for asking.
You had a great Miami trip.
Great Miami trip.
Yes.
Want to go back 3 times more. I meant to text you and Katie and be like, no, we need to do a Miami trip. Like, it's just like, it was so nice. We were all in the same vibes. Most of us were in relationships too, so I think that kind of obviously helped. But it was just like perfect. Like we'd all kind of like be at dinner and it's like, oh, what should we do? No one.
Yeah. Like, no one pushing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the singles Miami's trip is very different than the couple. Like not even couple, but like people in a relationship Miami trip. They are very like when you're single, you're like, all right, like what table am I pulling up to?
Yeah.
Like
what promoter are we meeting?
Yeah. Yeah, like the promoter meets you outside, he brings you in, especially like not that you have to be single, like you guys could have gone out still, but like a group of like 4 ladies, no men in Miami, like you could pretty much go wherever you want, No, like it's the world is your oyster.
It is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but Friday night we went out to this place called the Tea Room, Sugar, whatever. And then we fully had plans to either go to Live, actually. Like, I love from Live.
That's my favorite. Oh, I love
really?
It.
I've still never been.
I've had some of the best nights of my life at that club.
Damn.
Yeah. It's not anything I like. I think it's just circumstantially. Like,
no,
it was like
I know.
It was like spring break or like like a fun trip, like whatever.
No, yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, we didn't end up going anywhere because I was that girl. I always wear comfy heels. My heels were so uncomfortable that night, and I said. I really was. I was drunk enough. I was feeling good. Not that you have to be drunk, but like I was feeling all the things. I was like, sure, let's go. Let's go to Live. I said, I need to go back and change my shoes. I should have figured, that would result in us all getting back. And we were all like, pretty comfortable now. Yeah. Like, I really started to get comfortable, but I was like, no, I'm not going to be that person. Like, we literally, like, this is our one night, whatever. And everyone's kind of like, we don't have to go. I was like, no, but do you guys want to go? And they're like, I don't know anymore.
So once you start like planting the idea in people's heads, you're like, actually, I don't really necessarily need to. Yeah,
it's the word. Or like when you're with friends out in New York and you're like, I'm just gonna go home and change my shoes.
Never.
Like,
I'm gonna get a warmer coat. See ya. Like,
no.
Good night. Yeah.
I know. It's just come to the point in my life where if I tell you I'm going to come back out, I'm not coming back out.
I know.
Even if in the moment, like a lot of times, I don't know about you, I'm like, no, I will be back out. Like I will. I'm just going to go eat something really quick and then I'll come back to the bars. No, like
when you sit on that couch, like in your home or whatever, like then you're like.
Eat that Papa John's, Chick-fil-A. You're literally no.
I have Pizza Hut delivering me a pizza tomorrow.
Me too.
Did you say yes to this? Yeah.
I literally was like, I'll eat healthy tomorrow and then get the pizza.
Oh, no, I'm excited for it.
I am so excited.
Yeah. Well, we got like a PR email. It was like free Pizza Hut pizza. I was like, sure.
I know.
I'll treat myself. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, let's go.
As we should.
As we should. Yeah. No restrictions here.
No, definitely not.
No.
Well, that's exciting.
About that delivery.
Yeah, me too. And we have an exciting few weeks coming up.
Yeah. Did you have a nice weekend?
I did. Mine was. I'm sorry. Gosh. No, I felt like a tickle in my throat. You know, when you feel like a little like almost
you choke on your spit.
It's almost like I don't know how to describe it besides like almost like a feather in your throat. Like, and it's like an itch you can't like scratch, and you're like,
got an itch I can't scratch.
The accent with the hat is killing me.
Howdy, yeah, I'm wearing like a big old trucker hat right now.
I had a very chill weekend, did a lot of reading again, and then Sunday I got to get dinner with like a bunch of my I have a few friends now from Georgia that are up here, so that was nice. We really want to like that's such an adult thing. Listen to our episode last week about like friendship and growing older, but we were like, we need to do this more often. I was like, I fucking hate us. Like, wow, we're just old.
Wholesome, you know, like dinners and
but like even just saying it, I'm like, oh, we need to make this like a monthly thing. I'm like, monthly? I used to see these people every day. You know?
Oh,
like,
I know.
Crazy that it like transitions to that level, but like everyone's busy. You know, my friends have like really demanding jobs, and like you know we're about to travel a bunch like for stuff. So it's like I mean, you have to put that shit on the calendar like ahead of time.
No, it's actually disgusting. We were talking about this weekend. Like, okay, in 2 Tuesdays from 7 to 9 I'm free. Like, why do we have to be like that now?
Yeah, well, getting people's schedules to line up specifically, like you might even be like, you know, even this week I'm like, I'm busy, but like there's definitely times I have, but like to align that perfectly with like my boyfriend's schedule or your schedule, like it's hard. Yeah,
it is really hard. It's not like we all have class during the day and then that's it. Nope. There's a lot of other things that go into it.
There are definitely a lot of things going on this week.
That's actually a really good segue into our sponsored segment from Hyundai. So thank you so much, Hyundai.
Thank you
for sponsoring this segment. They have this Hyundai Essential Skill Series that we're going to be bringing to you guys every few episodes. We thought it'd be fun to kind of chat about. So the topic that we want to talk about today actually is, I have this written down, how to maintain and make new friendships as an adult. Interesting, right? Because
I think that you have a lot to say. I feel like you just went on this trip with, and you know, people are asking me, they're like, well, why weren't you on this trip? I'm like, these are Danielle's friends. I mean, I'm friends with Kelly and Seb and stuff. No, not even like in my DMs, like friends, like, you know, like people literally like yesterday at dinner, they're like, oh, Brooke, like you didn't go on the trip, you know, and I was like, no, like those are Danielle's friends. Like I feel like you made a lot of new friends in the city. I mean, they're my friends too, just, you know, but like we have separate friends too, and it's very healthy that way to like have separate friendships and stuff. But I feel like you're going through it right now, like making new friends, like truly like forging those friendships, and like because they require work. So what do you have to say about that?
I think like a lot of it when I first moved here, so if you're moving to a new city, if you first like go to school, whatever, I mean, as you know, it's like a lot of dating, really. You're like meeting lots of new people, and I've just been really paying attention to when I'm around new people who I feel my most self with, who I feel comfortable with, who honestly I feel like we have a lot to talk about, because obviously, as we talked about in last week's episode, it is important to be able to sit in a room with someone and be quiet. But when you first become friends with someone, you are talking a lot more, and you want to make sure that you just align with them and you have maybe similar sense of humor and stuff. So I've just been paying more attention to that. And then I'm like a planner, obviously, so if I'm pretty aggressive. Like if I meet someone and I make sure I get like some sort of sign from them, like
a verbal confirmation.
Yeah, like some sort of like, oh my God, we should do this again. I'm like, oh, okay, you want to do it again? Because I do too. Like I'll literally be like, okay, like literally, I want you like to do this workout class. Let's do this workout class together. You know, just like little things. I feel like it's really nice. Sometimes it's funny though going to workout class with someone because you can't talk during it.
Yeah, it's kind of like you talk in the 5 minutes before and after. Yeah,
maybe you get a coffee after, but I do think that is a good gateway drug to
it's a good easy way to be like, hey, I'm taking this workout class, I want to go together. It's like, oh, we had plans together, but like we didn't, you know, necessarily spend the whole day together.
Yeah,
it's a looser way to like
exactly. And then it makes it more casual too, because I feel like the friends you want in your life are like like, let's just like go, like you've been going to SoulCycle with Alicia. Like, it's just so nice. And you get these like little moments of, it doesn't always have to be this like dinner. And that's what I always thought it had to be. But it's like, oh, we both need a pedicure. Let's go get pedicures together and like chat. So I think just kind of finding that so you feel like not super creepy. And then if they respond well, you're like, oh, okay. And then you just slowly start to, it's kind of like when you're together, like, oh, what should we do next time? Like, not every time, but I feel like that's what I kind of started doing.
That's a really good point. I think like having something concrete to like invite them to versus being like, oh yeah, we should do something, but and not being afraid to reach out. We always say this, you know. I mean, sometimes it could feel like you're the only one reaching out, whatever.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
When you want to build a friendship and there's like, I don't want to say like a target in mind, but truly like if you're like, I want to be friends with that person. You know, I've had friend crushes before too. You know, people that
friend
like
crushes, yes.
Yeah, they're
so
like,
true.
oh my God, that person's so freaking cool. Like such a good vibe. I feel so good around them. I want to be their friend. Like then you can reach out and say, hey, I'm taking a SoulCycle class tomorrow.
Yep.
Would you want to come? Like
it's such an easy like boom, done. And then if they can't, you can invite them to one more or two more. And then if they're like still no, then you're like, okay.
Yeah. And most of the time, like if someone, I know for me, if someone invited me to something and like, let's just say that workout class, like, you know, I'm still working over through anxieties over it, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, but like if you would want to like go shopping another time or like if you would want to come over for dinner, like let me know, you know, usually it's like, I don't know. I feel like that's just like general conversing with people, you know?
But I think that's a really good point. I think more people should do this if they really do want to see you. Cause like we got invited to something today that we both can't go to, but it's like we love that person and we want to, like we wish we could. So it's like, oh my gosh, like if not, like we should do something else. Or like, you know, you have to kind of like make sure they know that it's not like me saying no, because I've got invited to things. I'm like, damn, like I don't want to not get invited on the next one. Like I really want to do this with that person, with that group. No, I have this, but please let me know next time. Or, oh, do you guys want to get coffee instead? Like next week. That's such a good point.
Like offering up something else. But it's hard to make friends in adult life. I mean,
it is really hard.
I'm sure you saw the really kind messages of last week's episode of like, you know, feeling lonely in your 20s and whatever. And it's really hard to make new friends. And it might take a while. And there might be, I know no one wants to hear this, but like there could be like a year or even more periods of your life when you're like trying to find your people and like struggling through it and stuff. So like just know that you're not alone, and you know, little baby steps. You can't just like jump to like being in a group chat necessarily.
Unfortunately not.
Yeah. Like you can't like skip 10 levels. There's certain relationships in my life that I want to be like, even in my relationship, I'm a very like forward thinker. I'm like, okay, like I want to be at like level 10, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not how life works. Like, you know, you have to go through so many stages together before you get there.
I know exactly what you mean. Like with certain friendships I have right now, I'm like, oh, I just wish like we were at that level, you know?
Yes.
But you make such a good point. Like I think like when I say that level, I mean the level like you and I are on,
exactly.
Me and Delaney are on, and it's like, oh, well, we've known each other for like 10 years. I've known Delaney for 6 years, no, 5 years maybe. I don't really know. I'm being drama, but you know what I mean.
And
like,
there's only so much room for people in your life to be on that level, you know, like it's hard to have you know 20 friends on that like super close level.
Who know what you're up to every day.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think it's all building and learning, you know, what you want in a friendship.
Yeah.
I learned so much about like what's important to me in a friend now versus what was important to me in a friend in college is like so vastly different. I used to want like a drinking buddy, and now I'm like, I just want someone that I could like be in a room and be silent with and like not have it be awkward.
Yeah, like literally run errands with and like maybe shoot the shit every now and then. Like,
and
that's
like,
all I want at this point. I'm not asking for much.
I know. And I used to be like, we need to go out together and we need to have the most fun. Like, and now
the craziest night. Giggling in the bathroom like that.
So the Hyundai Essential Skills Series is brought to you by Hyundai. For more information, you can go to www.hyundai.com. Hyundai, it's your journey. And thank you so much to Hyundai for working with us.
Yeah, we love working with them. They always want us to spread some sort of message, and we wanted to talk about that today. So that was really fun.
Yeah, really fun. Should we get into our current fave and rack and all that stuff?
All the things. Let's do our favorites.
Okay.
What you got?
My skin has been a mess. It's okay. I mean, it's fine. We'll work through it. And I have a case of the winter blues, I think. Not like
I saw that and I feel that the winter uglies. Like I feel that. It's just something about not being as sun-kissed. Like I was looking at the photos from us in our Hamptons house last year.
It's upsetting.
I was so tan and just like happy looking.
You have a glow.
Yeah, it's just this natural glow.
And here I'm like, prepare to face the cold.
I
Like,
know.
like put in your scarf, like throw it over your shoulder. Yeah, it's just like not super fun, but we make it work. It actually hasn't been that bad of a winter comparatively.
Today's been great.
Yeah, it was like 50 degrees today. Like that's amazing, but it's gonna be like really cold this weekend.
Yeah, I know. Be like 25.
Break out your sweaters.
Yeah.
But my body, I will say, has been very hydrated. This has been a real focus of mine. Actually, since we talked about
the resolutions.
Yeah, that really, really inspired me because I was pretty good with it, but I was like, no, now I'm going to be lotion girl. Like I come out of the shower and I'm a hydrated queen. Like, yeah.
I love that.
So the Sol de Janeiro Bum Bum Body for Men's Oil.
Is that new?
Yes. It's new. Or they like re-released it, I think. But this
for
is
Menza. I like the sound of that.
Only cons are just the price and like the bottle size because I'm already like halfway through it and I'm like, damn, because you need a lot.
Spray?
Like it's like a pump.
Okay.
But besides that, they say that it's like it's good for. They say that it's like tied in with lymphatic drainage. I just think it's a really hydrating thing and it keeps you. Like I feel like normally hydrated isn't associated with like tight, but I feel like it's hydrating in a way it's not wet to the touch. I don't know. It's very good hydration. Put it all over my legs, my arms, my stomach, even like I'll say my chest, my butt. Obviously, like I really just like my bum bum. I throw it everywhere. I think it's great, and it's really keeping my skin. Like I will say, like I'll touch it, and sometimes in the winter you're like, ooh, a little scaly. Like no, like it's it's like, not.
Ooh, haven't touched that in a minute.
Yeah, no lizards around here.
No
it's
lizards.
Very soft and supple. So.
I love that. I've been working through my journey too, so maybe the next lotion I use will be that, or oil.
Yeah, I wish it wasn't like $50 a bottle because it's like such good stuff, but it's like that is like tough. That was probably something in my fridge. I think shifting around.
It sounded like a dog scratching at your door. I was like, Finley, is that
that's
you?
My my ghost dog.
Yeah, this spooky episode.
What's your fave?
Love that. I apologize in advance for my favorite because you make fun of these. Not make fun, but like, you don't understand the point. Over the ear headphones. And I have a reason.
No, I understand the point.
What do you think the point is?
I think that the sound is better. Is that what you're going to argue?
Well, yeah. So, oh my gosh, there's a dog at your door.
No, it's something in my fridge. I feel like it's like my ice, like
no,
doing
I know.
something. I don't have an ice maker, but yeah, you're like,
I'm like, oh, you. Oh, you. You're so silly.
You're in a mood.
I know. I've had 3 hours of sleep. Like actually,
delirious.
Oh, over the ear headphones, not necessarily AirPod Maxes. Literally, over the ear headphones in general, specifically for the winter time, they act as an earmuff. It's incredible. I'm so serious. Like especially if you're walking to a workout class, which we're both in our workout era. Go off. You have your hair up typically when you're walking to a workout, and the AirPods obviously like they're in your ear. But when I literally wear my AirPod Maxes so I'm warmer. And that's not why I'm saying you should buy over the ear headphones. It's that I feel like if I'm feeling anxious and I go for a walk, I feel like it's like this warm hug. I remember Ellie Thuman used to call them her like therapy headphones.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And that stuck with me, and I really do feel that way. You just feel very secure, very locked in. The sound is obviously better, like it's surround sound. But kind of I don't really use it for that reason. I just find that during the winter it's really nice. It is a nice stylish, they're trendy right now, micro trends. But I really have been enjoying my like on the plane today. Like on the plane the AirPods are pretty good. Like the regular AirPods are pretty good with like blocking sound, but it's so loud on airplanes. Yeah. It just
Yeah, they really suck you in. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been really, really liking them. I think just any sort of over-the-ear headphone, like in the winter, if you live in a cold place and you're walking to class, it's kind of a vibe. And I always get self-conscious that someone says hi to me and you can't see my AirPods. It's like always this thing. And like, oh, like she didn't say hi to me.
There's no excuse this time.
No, you see the headphones. Like you see them. You won't like even my doorman, sometimes I feel like they're talking to me and like I have
You're like wob, wob, wob,
yeah,
wob.
Yeah, wob, wob. It's literally that. So if they see the headphones, they're like, okay, she's in.
She's
vibing right now.
I get that. I honestly just do the little AirPods because they're on my keychain. They're so portable.
I know, that's so cute that you do that.
Thanks. They're really like so portable.
Oh, I still use mine.
Yeah.
But I just also
I get it. I mean, they do look sleek. I see the city shots of everybody. Like it's like the influencer day in my life.
The 0.5. Yeah, I know.
I do see it, and I see you, and I support you.
Thank you.
You are heard, literally.
You are heard, or I hear
right here. My rec of the week.
What's your rec? What are you gonna recommend to moi? And
you probably saw like my random cooking show that I watched
Oh my God.
Did you see that I watched like a random cooking show this weekend?
I guess I just didn't look at the name of it.
Because that's usually what I watch on Netflix. It's like a docuseries or something. I just have not been keeping up with TV, or even like I can't even say the last time I finished any. Like, there's just so many shows that are just unfinished for me, which is so unlike me.
So unlike you, but you're reading a lot.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm really doing. But this show, Pressure Cooker on Netflix.
Yes.
It was like the perfect mix of like drama and whatever.
Pressure cooking.
Yes, there's no
steamy.
host. It was like all like they gave them the instructions, like they printed out like it on like a little like, you know, the restaurant like things where it's like it prints a ticket, and they were like competing against each other and then in teams and stuff, and I just enjoyed it. It was like a good easy watch, like 8 episodes or something, you know.
Is it the same people in every episode?
Yeah, which is
like
nice. So it kind of
build
follows the story.
Parasocial relationship.
Yes, I built a relationship. I really wish that another person won. I won't give it away though.
Oh, darn.
But it comes down to 2 in the end. But it's like a voting show too. It's like they compete against each other, but then like they vote on the winner at the end.
Why do you wish one would have won though? Because you can't taste it through the TV.
No, but his presentation was better. I just think that he didn't give a compelling enough speech at the end. Like you gotta like
do
you know,
yeah,
you have to like really win them over. Like it's the power of you at that point. Like he needed a class in like persuasion to like win them over, because the other guy had like, you know, the family angle, like, you know, like I need the money, like, you know,
he got you.
Yeah,
he got you.
Yeah. Anyways, great show.
Pressure Cooker.
Yeah, go watch it.
Oh my gosh, I just finished Ginny and Georgia today, which you didn't start, did you?
Oh no,
second season. Or did you ever watch the first?
No, I never watched it. I know you told me.
I know. I forget like who I've talked to about what, because I keep telling people about Ginny and Georgia. It's not even that good. I don't know, but the last few episodes were good. Anyways, love that.
I heard everyone I've heard is like it's worth the watch. So if I need something, I'll turn.
You really
to it,
should, because you love Gilmore Girls.
I know. Ugh.
I know. Okay. Well,
what's your rec?
I was gonna say I'll watch that, but I probably won't. I'm not a cooking show girl.
No,
sorry.
it's very like Ben likes cooking shows too, so it's like an easy like throw on show. Yeah,
love a throw on show, right?
Yeah, like a little phone scrolling in there. You know, it's like a background watch kind of. But I paid attention to a lot of it. It was
Yeah, no, I do love that. My rec is called the Health Anxiety Podcast.
How did you find this?
I last week was just having major health anxiety for some reason. I would like get a heart palpitation and be like, and then I'd get another heart palpitation because I was thinking about it, and I was like, I just can't do this. Like, I don't know. So I always say I will go on Spotify and look up playlists, you know, like girls getting ready. I'll literally like look it up, and there's a playlist for everything. So I was like, I wonder if there's like a podcast for health anxiety. I just kind of looked at. There's literally this guy named the Anxiety Guy, and the Anxiety Guy. He has a podcast called The Anxiety Guy, but then he made a sub podcast called the Health Anxiety Podcast, and it's literally everything I needed.
Is it like divided into like
10-minute episodes, and it's very based off of like, you know, like the title's very clear about what it is about. So like understanding like health anxiety, understanding, and he literally break out the symptoms. So some people, they get very like dizzy when they get anxious. So like understanding dizziness, understanding heart palpitations, like it's so amazing. Or like little things you can do to kind of help calm yourself in the moment, or, you know. But he also stresses this is not to reassure you, because the one thing with health anxiety that I'm learning, because I'm doing it, is, and everyone does a little bit of this, like the Googling to make sure you're okay, and then being reassured. But then, you know, the next time it happens, you Google again. And it's like kind of this thing, and I get in it. And he was like, this podcast is not for you to come to and be like, oh, am I okay? And I mean, it is in a way, but he explains it in a way that, I mean, it's only been like a week and a half of me listening to it, but he's really helped to reframe things in my mind.
That's good. Yeah, because I definitely do that too. If I talk about not health anxiety, so I'm not trying to relate to that, but like I talked about my period, and I was like, oh, my period's irregular, and I said something along the lines of like, but it's normal.
That is health anxiety,
but it's
to
normal
me,
or something. And I got a message like, just so you know, like it's not like, don't reassure people that that's normal, because some people that's not normal for, and like they should get it checked and stuff. Like not everybody has your experience. Like for you, your doctor might have, you know, told you
exactly.
Like, you're fine. And I was like, damn, you're right. So I don't want to, we never want to like speak on all experiences and be like, oh, I have a headache. Like, don't worry, you're fine. Because, you know,
exactly.
Not necessarily. Like,
exactly. I think this podcast is more meant for once you've like, you know, I've done the cardiologist appointment, I've done all of the things, and I still like think something's wrong with me at all times. Not all times, but a lot. And this podcast is really helping to reframe my mind and kind of, or maybe you're not really sure what's up, and you know, you can kind of, it's a little bit of a gateway, and then you go to your doctor, whatever. But it's really simple, just mindful things to think about. I'm not going to explain them all because it's just not my job. And obviously he's more of a professional in that, but it's really, really helpful. And I got some DMs. I posted on my story too. And a lot of people are like, wow, thank you so much. Cause they're like little episodes too.
That's great.
So
nice job finding that.
I was so excited. I was like, let me just search this, you know? Like,
yeah, you could plug in like I love that when I find like an author or like someone that I like I'm inspired by. I'll like plug in their name and like
and see if someone interviewed them or stuff like that. Use Spotify as a search engine. Why not? Like, I don't know. So I kind of want to listen to his other podcast too, but obviously I'm always not in the mood to listen to it. So it's more so, and I'm just like, let me like remind myself a little bit like what this is all about. It's not like reassuring you. It's more of like understanding what's going on. And it's great. I just love it. So yeah,
I'm happy to hear that for you.
Thanks. You had a story you wanted to tell us though.
I wanted to tell you about, I've been taking all these SoulCycle classes because I'm just such a cycle girly.
Yes,
I just get hyper fixated on one workout and like, I'm just like, I will be the best at this workout.
Well, it's so easy too because you can book your classes for the week and it's great.
Very much so. And I always meet such sweet people. So if you ever see me, please say hi. Like that always really, it's nice to know people there. And I always run into people. So I ran into Eli. The jar, who we've had on this podcast. Yep. I literally like walk in, I saw her like just like on her phone. I was like, oh, hey, like went up to her and she was like, oh, hi. Like, it takes people a second. Yep. So we ended up like taking the class together, not like sitting next to each other. That's the thing. Like, and also with working out, do you like sitting next to your friends or like, are you okay with, well, it's like similar to sitting on a plane, I guess.
Yeah, of course I want to be next to them.
Okay.
But if I was going to a spin class right now, I don't know. Well, no, I would want one. Yeah. Yes.
See, I'm like, no matter what, like I will go, like I need to be in the back. Like some of my friends will be like, oh, I like the side, whatever. I'm like, all right, well, I'll see you at the end of class then.
What if they would sit in the back with you?
That's fine. But I don't want to make them like move, like, and I'm not going to unfortunately accommodate to that position. No. Like I'm not at that point yet. I like sitting in the back. Like,
you're happy
so
there.
I'm happy. I'm comfortable. Like I'm good.
No, that makes complete sense. I'm the same way.
Yeah. I'm even like down to the point of like I've tried a few different studios and like I have one studio that I like and I'm like the most comfortable at.
Yeah. Like it's like a good vibe.
Like the view is great. Like
it's like, climb, but the view is great.
Literally. I'm like I've like taken it in like all these various seats and I like have my favorite seat. Like
I love
it. Yeah. Like I'm at that point of it. But good. I ran into Eli. Took this class, Karen. She's an amazing instructor. Oh my God, so hype, so fun, just so much energy. You know how it is with the SoulCycle instructors.
Yeah,
they get up there,
they're
like
hype.
I took one yesterday. He gets up there and he goes, "All right, guys, I am feeling feisty," and I was like,
no,
and you know what that means. No, it was like that was so intense. But she's good. She's intense.
I'm feeling feisty. That's awesome.
And we get out of the class and I turned to Eli. I was like, oh my God, the music was amazing. It was all EDM the whole time. It was so good. I was like, oh my God, Eli, wasn't that class just amazing? I love her. I love the music. Like, and I thought about it for a sec because I know she's like a theater girly. I don't really know too much about her music taste, but I've
never seen her post about EDM.
So I was like, wait, do you like that music? She was like, it's fine for working out. A lot of people feel that way.
Yeah,
like,
it's great for working out. I think.
Not necessarily, but like I could vibe with it and work out. She was like, the only thing is I couldn't tell when one song was ending and another was starting. She's like, it sounded like one big song, but like I could clearly tell when the songs were.
You were like, oh, this is the next one.
This
is Rez. Like,
like I could tell. I was like, all right, beat shift now. Like I like, I'm not really like the most coordinated person, but I can tell. Like, when it comes to like the tempo and stuff, like I do have that down.
Of
one
course.
thing about me, especially
that's
with the
hysterical.
EDM stuff. So it was really funny.
So
but
funny.
She
was like, yeah, it was fine. I thought it was one whole song. Like.
Yeah. So she was like, it was hard for me to tell, like, because there's different, like, it's like, okay, this song we're gonna go fast. This song we're gonna go heavy, like slower. If you've never taken a spin class, and this whole thing about me spinning again really got me thinking that I used to absolutely fucking hate it. So it really just goes to show that you could change your mind tomorrow on something.
Yeah. Tomorrow. I'm thinking about. I feel like I've said this already, but I'm thinking about getting hypnotized about spin.
You never told me this. What the heck?
I really want to get hypnotized.
Wait.
About spin.
Okay. Who did the health anxiety podcast teach you about hypnotism?
No. This is like another conversation I've had with multiple groups of people. Like my friend was telling me her dad stopped smoking after he got hypnotized.
Okay, so do you hire someone to come to your house? Like, what do you do? Like,
how does this work? Does LA call me?
Yeah.
I don't know. My mom like knows a lot of people in that world. And then I have another friend who apparently a lot of people get hypnotized. I don't know if it's like a one-time thing. It freaks me out a little bit.
Do they like actually do the thing where it's like you go
I
down
don't know.
and it's like,
I don't
quack now, and you start like quacking and shit. Like
no, I don't spin. Get on the bike now.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that. I think it's more of like I'm like doing it like you're like looking at something spinning. I'm not really sure, but I think it's like I don't even know if I could do it because I'm really bad at meditating. I think it's more of they get you into the specific state naturally. And they are based off of whatever you tell them your situation is, they'll start saying things and affirming. I don't really know. I honestly don't know. But I'm getting to this point where I miss spin so much that, and just cardio in general, that I'm like, pull out all the stops. I don't know. So we'll see. I have it literally, my to-do list is whack right now. It's like, hypnotist, call Andrew. Like, it's like...
file taxes.
Yeah, like it's just so...
Wait, that's so funny. Okay, when you get more information on that, please report back, because I don't have anything specifically in mind that I want to get hypnotized for, but I would literally so be down. You know me.
No, like, I know. I knew you'd like get a kick out of it. It kind of scares me. It's nothing to be scared about. It's just...
I'll go first.
Oh, okay, yeah. You just got to come up with something. Like,
I don't know. What am I like affirming right now?
You will sit on the plane next to Danielle.
You will try Pilates and like it for me.
You will try Pilates and like it. Yeah, I don't know. Something like that. But yeah, so that's my random side note. Sorry to steal the thunder. No, I love it.
It just goes to show that you can change your mind on literally anything at any point. There's so many things. I mean, we've been doing this podcast for so many years. I'm sure if I try not to go back and listen, because I'm sure if I go back, I'm just going to cringe myself out of like my opinions and things. Yeah. Truly, you can change your mind any day. There's so many. I'm a person that I'm a hater of something until I like it. And it's really a toxic trait of mine.
Brooke and I hold each other accountable for that too. We'll be like, dude, you literally said you hated that last week. And it's like, I know, but then this happened. And
yeah, we'll talk about anything. Like, this one specific fashion trend, like ugly, horrible. And then like, I'll come in wearing it the next week. You're like, wait, what changed?
Like, actually, I kind of like the loafer trend. Something like that.
Yes, it would be something like that. You're so right. So you're allowed to change your mind. This is today's reminder.
We do that here on Gals on the Go. Our minds are always on the go, you know?
Yeah, they are. Hypnosis.
I know. So my mom is like fully listening to every single episode. So I know she's going to text me and be like, yes, finally, I'll send you the contact.
You can't do it virtually, can you?
I don't know. It'd probably be better in person. Yeah. That's actually true.
Picturing like the school assemblies when they would have like a hypnotist come. Did you ever do these?
No. Oh yeah, like
for fun, like silly,
heads down,
like
boom,
like now like walk around and start barking, like you know they make you do like embarrassing stuff, and, like the teachers would do it, and you're like like that's
it was so crazy,
so silly.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's like that. I don't know.
No, I don't think so either. But I'm curious. Wow, that was not where I thought you were going with that.
You were like so taken aback.
Because you know me, I am so down. Like I'm like the type to be like, you know, I call with my psychic tomorrow. Yeah.
Gonna get my colors done tomorrow.
People are doing that now.
I know. Someone said we should do an episode of that. I saw.
It's so LA, these things. I feel like this is like the hypnosis that was giving LA.
I know it really was, but I'm like at that point. I'm like, just hypnotize me, bitch. Like just get me into a spin class, my God. And I only say this just because I miss it. Like when you talk about it, I'm like, oh my God, I miss the music and the beats and the instructor walking in and saying, I'm ready to get feisty. Like I would have growled. I would have been like, let's go. Like
yeah, I do try to cheer and stuff. They're really big. I always forget on like how they are like with your neighbors. They're like, now turn to your neighbor, like and like talk.
That must be a new thing. I don't.
Oh, they're very into like, you know, positive reinforcement with whatever, and like that. In that case, I wish I had my friends. But then it's almost more awkward with your friends sometimes because you're like,
hey, Sally,
like you're like, yeah, we got this. Like it just feels very like cringe to me, which I know it's supposed to be like nice and in good fun, but yeah. There was a woman next to me yesterday, and she was so nice and so motivating and so inspiring. Yeah. And she was like, he would be like, now give your neighbor some love. And she's like going full speed, like running up. And she would be like, you good, keep it up. Like, and I was like, oh my God.
You?
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, I love you. She comes in. No, this was so intense. She comes in. I hope I see her again. I love this woman. She comes in, no water, a Starbucks black coffee. And she puts it in, or like a hot, I mean, I'm assuming that's what it was. Hot drink, puts it in her cup holder. That's all that she brought into the class.
That is just my biggest fear. That would really get my health anxiety going. Oh my God.
No water. I was like,
animal. Linda is an absolute animal. I'm just naming her Linda.
Yeah, that's like psycho status. But good for her. She was killing it. I mean, she was so good. I was like, you should be front row. Like, yeah.
And she was looking at you like, oh, you guys.
Yeah, no,
that's
no.
really nice.
She was like, I'm telling you, like, she was like up on it, and like, she, you know, they would be like, look at your neighbor, and she, you keep it up. Like,
that's so nice. She's the best.
So nice. Loved it. Yeah,
Oh
the
my
back
God.
row, they're really nice, my neighbors.
I just got a really intense text message. Not intense, but I really messed up this weekend.
Oh no. What did you
Drake went to live this weekend.
Danielle.
I want to cry.
Danielle.
And we literally saw, you know, do you know in Miami how
Yeah.
they do so it said like 2 Chainz tonight, and I was like, oh, that'd be kind of fun. Drake came out too.
Damn. You
But,
wouldn't
like,
have met him though. You would have seen him perform.
Yeah, that just would have been really cool though.
No, totally.
Like if he just came out on stage, no, I wouldn't have gotten to meet him. That's my real goal. But that's funny. But honestly, were we gonna go? No. Like it just wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
We wanted to go. So sorry. Breaking news.
Miami club nights, we also didn't talk about the timing. Like those are like he probably didn't come on until 2-3 a.m.
That makes me feel better. You're right. We wouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
Unless we were waiting for 2 Chainz. Oh, I can't think about it. I keep missing Drake. He's round.
He's around. Sounds of the city.
Yeah, literal sounds of the city. Oh my gosh, how long have we been talking? We haven't even
An
done
hour.
the Q&A.
All right, well, we'll get into the Q&A now. Anyways, but hopefully you guys enjoyed
I think this has been a great episode thus far.
No, I'm happy with it too. We have a lot of we just haven't seen each other this whole weekend, so that was just general catch up. And
Speaking of general ketchup and mustard, the gals are coming to Florida, and we want to see you guys. We wanna have some fun.
We do. I think we have a very few amount of meet and greet tickets left. We need to confirm that.
Yes.
So the links are down below. Orlando and Tampa. Please come. We're gonna have so much fun, guys. We are. Oh my God, it's gonna be a big party.
It's literally like we wrote the show, and it's seriously so much fun. There's so much audience interaction. Orlando is February 15th. Tampa is February 16th, both at 8 p.m. at Orlando Improv and Tampa Improv. We have the links down below. We've been posting them too. It's such a fun show. It's a very intimate setting, so I think you'll feel very included in the whole thing. There's not a bad seat there. It is going to be so much fun. We're going to Atlanta next week, which is so crazy. Both of those sold out shows. We're doing 2 nights in Atlanta, and I know we're just going to be amped up from there. So Florida, you guys just better be ready. Florida's where we met, where
bring the energy, please.
We need the Florida energy. Don't let us down.
I know.
We
want to
see you
there.
Be
in the warmth. I was looking at the temperature, so
it's
excited.
So
oh my God, we're gonna be in our little dresses. So please dress up, gals night out. We can't wait to meet you guys.
So excited.
Yeah, and I was gonna say something else about the shows. They're tables, the seating,
yes,
which I think is so cool. Bring a group of your friends,
yep.
Or if you're going alone, you'll make some friends at the table. I just
a lot of people are going alone. Don't feel there's one spot left at that table. There's probably a ton of people sitting at that table that are coming alone, or maybe with one other person.
Mm-hmm. So it's the perfect opportunity to meet new gals.
It's a comedy club, so we love a comedy club vibe. You guys are gonna have so much fun. You're gonna meet if you live in Tampa, if you live in Orlando, and you're wanting to meet new friends in your area. Honestly, we love meeting people when they're we met because of Gals on the Go and now we're best friends. That.
Oh my God,
goes so far. We're
so
wow,
sweet,
so sweet. So we are I can't wait.
And our parents will be at the shows.
Yes.
So
some of our friends
oh yes, the Atlanta shows will have friends. Florida shows, family, and just other important people in our life. So get excited, and if you guys are coming, we can't wait to see you.
Can't wait. I'm literally so pumped.
Me too. It's definitely something that I've been looking forward to for a while. So
can't wait. Love you guys. Tickets down below.
If you've been opting out of skincare, I get it. It is just so complicated, and you hear so many various opinions. People are offering up you should try this. You need to use more products. You need to use less products. There's just so much information about there. And it's confusing, okay? The truth is most of us actually care about our skin, but we don't know where to start. If you're looking for something simple that works without being complicated, then you have to get Curology. Curology makes skincare effortless. They create a custom skincare formula for your skin goals. Plus, they've got a cleanser and moisturizer that are easy on your skin and super easy to use. Everything ships right to your door and ready for you to try. Sign up for Curology in minutes by sharing your skin type and skin goals, and a licensed provider can create a custom formula made for you. One one personalized formula that's all you. So whether you're struggling with acne, dark spots, or just want something simple and straightforward, they also have other amazing products you could add to your subscription, like an acne body wash, emergency spot patches, so you can truly keep it simple. Curology is so convenient. There's truly no guesswork, last minute trips to the store. You go online, you sign up, you actually get a real person giving you this treatment, and it is customized to you, which, you know, you don't just have to buy generic. You can get it completely customized to you. How cool is that? This segment is sponsored by Curology. Curology is a made-for-you skincare brand that pairs you with a licensed dermatology provider who analyzes your skin and prescribes custom treatments in the most personal way possible. Start your Curology journey today at Curology.com/galsonthego2023. That's CUROLOGY.com/galsonthego2023. Subscription required, subject to consultation.
All right, Q&A time.
Q&A. Well, on that note of parents, because I guess we both haven't done episodes like with our parents in a while. Remember how like we used to do those for a while? But a lot of people are just saying, how are the parents doing? And I feel like, you know, that is like a relevant question.
It is a relevant question.
Because they're like such like major characters in our lives.
Yeah, and they just like see little bits and pieces of them like in the kitchen or
like, or I'll be like, oh, I'm going home, and then I'm like, here's my mom. Okay, anyways.
Yeah. Anyways, that was her for her 30 seconds of fame.
How are your parents doing?
Excuse me. They're really good. My mom's been teaching lots of yoga. This is so funny. We don't really ever do this.
No, I think it's like cute too, though. Like, you know, really friends cute. And family.
Yeah, she's been bringing yoga and meditation to a lot of public schools in the area, which is really awesome. Like, she goes and does a class either for the teachers or the faculty or the students, and then a lot of times the school will call back and be like, we want to start a program here now. Like, she's literally started so many programs. She doesn't like teach the programs because she wants to go take it to new schools, but it's really, really special that she's been doing that. She's been like crushing it, doing like groups of hundreds of people.
I've been seeing that on her story. That is so cool.
She is seriously such a superhero and so humble about it, and like just so selfless. I mean, like, it's just so awesome. So that's her. My dad is living his life. He's obsessed with Finley. He's like Uncle Fred, because technically it's like my mom and her boyfriend, like Finley's at their house, but like I guess my dad will text my mom and be like, does Finley want to come to Uncle Fred's for the weekend? So he's been like loving that.
That's
my
so
dad
fun.
Still works. I don't know when he's gonna retire, but he's still working, healthy, doing great things for his body, which always makes me happy to see my dad being healthy. And yeah, that's, I think, hopefully I'm not missing anything. How are your parents?
They're great. They're actually both in their health eras as well. My mom and dad, they work out together, they eat healthy together, whatever. They've been spending a lot of time in Florida, which is where we'll see them. They've been like not necessarily splitting their time like evenly, but we're putting a pool in the Florida house. I don't know if I told you this.
No. Oh, that's huge. That's needed.
It's very, very nice. Yeah, the place, like the community that we're in, like has like a neighborhood pool,
right?
But like they were like, we'll just spend so much time like in our yard.
So much.
And my dad is very big on, he's not like making the whole pool, but he's like, you know, doing a lot of things, very involved with that.
Reno, you guys can barbecue out there. Like.
Yeah, so they've been spending a lot of time there, and also then going up to Sal, but they've been great. I haven't been seeing a ton of them because they've been like on the go.
Oh,
so yeah. Oh, I'm seeing my mom this week though. She's coming and we're going to a Broadway show together.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God, I love that. Love a night out.
Yeah, it's cute.
Cute.
So they're great.
Oh, I'm so glad. I can't wait to see them.
I know. I can't wait to see your parents too. I feel like we went so long without seeing like each other's parents, and now we're seeing them like
I know
all the
it's
time.
great.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is great.
Our tour managers.
No complaints at all.
Definitely not.
Oh yeah, that's a good question. Okay, next up. Let's see. Do y'all secretly hate each other?
This is like so many people asked this question, or they were like, Brooke, do you hate Danielle? Danielle, do you hate Brooke?
I am like, who's stirring the pot backstage?
I guess that those are the theories. I don't know who created this. I don't know where this was. I don't know where we even gave an idea that would be true. Like, you know?
I know. That's why we're like, let's just read it out loud so people
exactly.
Like there is just no hatred, guys. We opted to do these tours together. No one's making us. We begged, like we wanted to do these. Like if I hated Brooke, you think I'd want to like be traveling to Atlanta, Tampa, or Orlando?
Also, we've said this before, we don't have to do the podcast even. Like we both have separate careers on our own with our own social media. We do it because we're best friends.
Yeah.
And because we want to be together and have this project
exactly.
and do this.
Like this is not our biggest money maker by any means. Mm-hmm. Like we could put more time into other things if we wanted, but we enjoy this so much. We know how much you guys love this. Like I literally come here and we just laugh and it's like so much fun.
We
and
like forgot to start recording. We're like, oh, I guess we should start now. Like,
yeah, I know. Exactly. So it's definitely really nice. And like kind of what we were saying earlier about adult friendships, it's like you have to schedule it in and it's kind of nice. We have forced hangout time every single week. And I selfishly love it because then we get to catch up and it's like a whole thing. Maybe we'll do something before or after together. Like it's so nice. So no, we don't secretly hate each other. No. I don't hate Brooke. Brooke doesn't hate me. No. Like I can confidently say that.
I feel like a lot of people don't. Well, I do get it to a certain extent because there have been some examples, especially of other female podcasters, duos that don't get along or things that go another way. Or I think it's a lot of projections too of people, being like, they had a falling out maybe with their best friend or like maybe whatever. But it is very possible for two females to be best friends, have a business together, and actually like each other. Yeah. So I just want to be 100% clear on that. Yeah.
So we love each other so much. We love you guys. We love our fam. Like,
I
love her family. Like, it's just like,
and I love her family. We're very like interconnected at this point. It's not
like we're family friends.
Exactly.
That's how
I know
we
did used to say that to
family
people.
friend.
Oh, she's my family friend.
Yeah, like it just because that's how it feels. Like
it does. It feels very like familial. Like that's what I would say. Like our relationship is like, and that's. Or I think a lot of people will say, like Brooke's mean to Danielle. Like I do think in a way we somewhat. I think we have like a sisterly relationship at some point.
100%. Like we can like call each other out on our bullshit a little bit.
Yeah,
and that's really
give
important.
Each other shit and like whatever. And yes,
I appreciate. I don't have a lot of friendships like that in my life where I feel like I can just kind of make fun of her or like stuff like that. So I'm like thankful that we have that.
That's like the people that are in my closest circle. I feel that way too. Yeah,
it's
like
I you should be honored. Really.
Yeah,
like I'm honored you say those things. So take that, people.
Yeah,
trolls.
Prove them wrong.
Prove them wrong.
Well, I know you have Finn at home, obviously, but do you ever think about getting a pet here? Thoughts on getting a pet?
I saw this question. Every now and then I do because like there's so many doodles around this damn city and I'm like, oh my God, I want my own. But no, I think I will wait to get a dog, my own dog, I guess, when I move, like not necessarily moving into a house, but like when I move out of New York. How about you?
I go back and forth on this a lot too. I don't think it will be for a minute. Like I would prefer to be living with a partner and do it with a partner too, because I know
it. Yeah, that would be really ideal.
Knowing myself, like I just, not that I don't want all that responsibility on me, but I just feel as though it would give the animal a better life, knowing that it would be broken up because and I think it does change you a little bit. Like you're like, oh, like I don't want to go for this walk. It's like, okay, well you have to, like you have a pet. But I don't want to do that just to like so I would only do it when I'm like really really ready. But I really want a Shiba. If you guys don't know,
I know you've been like seeing them around, like stickers of them and stuff.
I know, I do. Well, I wanted a corgi for a while. I like corgis and Shibas, but Shiba, I think you can adopt them from, I forget where. I think it's like Japan or something, and you could like adopt them,
like
and
basically
it's like a really big
rescue
thing.
them.
Yeah, like
that's
rescue
really
them.
Sweet.
Yeah. So I, at one point, when I have a crisis, I like look into it. I'm like, that was like a long time ago, like 2 years ago. I was like, I'm doing it. Like,
no, I know.
No. So I'm gonna wait. I think also we travel a lot.
Yeah.
And of course, there's ways. Our friend Margot, like she finds a caretaker for her dog, and like it's very possible. But I don't need to do that right now.
No. There's definitely moments of like, oh my gosh, I really want that, but in New York City, it's just not. It's not as practical.
It's like open up, and even I have a balcony, but like even I guess I could put a patch of grass out there. Like it would be possible, but then I would feel guilty. I'd want them to run and play. Like they can't just you have to leave the house multiple times a day for them to run and play.
No, we have self-awareness enough for it, I think, to be like no. But some people are like, I got the grit. Like I will wake up at 7 a.m. hungover on a Saturday and take my dog out in the snow. Like I'll be honest, I'm not there. I'm not there right now.
Yeah, it's also another just thing to it's basically like having a kid, it's another it's expensive and just another thing to worry about. Like guys, I'm focused on feeding myself dinner right now.
No, I know. I'm so proud though. You're making chili.
Thanks. Yeah,
meal prepping. And that's the whole thing. You have to feed a dog too.
Yeah, it's a lot. So at some point, but I do see the benefits, because then you see like a cute one, you're like, oh my God, I want one.
I know. Yeah. I want one.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, I like this question. Will Brooke ever do a boyfriend tag like Danielle did a few years ago? I forgot I did that.
It comes up on my recommended sometimes.
Really? With Ryan?
Yeah. A lot of people's like old videos will like come up on my
Spooky
thing. Yeah. So No.
I know. I feel like you've had some revelations recently where you're like, nah.
Yeah. I really go back and forth a lot on the like relationship online thing. And I'll be totally honest with like my thought process. Like some days I'll be like, I want my boyfriend to like be in my TikToks and like review my outfits, like do like all that stuff. And then I'll have a day where I'm like, I'm never letting you see the internet like to ever. So with that being said, I feel like just riding somewhere in the middle for me at this point in my life, and that's not, once again, I changed my mind clearly, is very healthy. I mean,
and it's a two-way street too. Like you want him to feel comfortable with it, and like he supports you 100%, but you want him to be like,
at this point in my life, I just don't see myself like sitting down filming that. Like I think that
I don't either at this point in my life either. I feel like that was very like 2018, 2019 vibes,
It was. And it was what everyone did back then, just so we're clear. Like it's not, and even I'm sure some people still do it. But like if I were to introduce him somehow, like I think podcast would be like the first maybe like entryway. But even like, and then I go back and forth on that too. Like I feel really lucky that it's something that I have for me right now, and I don't have a lot that's just for me. Totally. So I don't know.
You're in a good position because you like haven't done like, you've posted some photos, whatever.
Of course.
But you're in a nice position where like I can't really go back,
Yeah. No, and it's hard because I'm sure then not once you start though, because people will still ask me all the time, like, are you guys still together? I'm like, do I have to say it in every damn video? Like,
I know.
Oh, by the way, we're still together. Like,
I know.
And I do get it because curiosity, like I've definitely followed people and been curious. I'm like, oh, she hasn't mentioned her boyfriend in a while.
For sure.
Like I don't blame anyone, but it's like walking that fine line of like, okay, but it's my channel though at the end of the day. Like these are side characters, like
he's the character in my life. I'm the main character.
Yeah.
Supporting role.
Exactly. So I think it's like being online or whatever. Ugh. But I go back and forth a lot too. I know. I mean, there's a point where I was like, I will never show his face. And then I was like, okay, like realistically, like that's not going to happen. But is it going to be like, hey guys, we're cooking dinner. Like, hey, like, I don't know if that will be the vibe.
Hey guys.
Yeah. But I do want, at some point I would like to do like a introduce at some point. I just need to figure out the best method to do that.
I think you have a very healthy mindset on it.
Thanks.
And it's not like you're taunting people. They know what he looks like, and they know you talk about him.
I feel like I give like hints and pieces of our relationship. Like you guys know like the stuff that you need to know.
I hope you don't not like this question. I need to know because someone asked. I thought it was so funny. Do you still call him sweetie? I see you didn't put that on the list here. I literally sent you a screenshot of this.
Sometimes it's less than I did.
If you guys don't know, there was this funny story. We rented a cabin, the four of us, me, Ryan, Ben, and Brooke, and we went to Pennsylvania, and they were like cooking. He's a really great cook, and he like dropped something or something, and you're like, sweetie, and I was like, oh my god, I've never heard.
No, it was in the car when I said, sweetie, is it a witch or something? Remember?
Two different offenses. Yeah. Two different. First offense, I think, was in the kitchen because I'll never forget. You were like, sweetie, but then another one, it was in a different tone. Yes.
Do you remember,
sweetie?
Because we like had to go get the tag from the inside of like the place.
Yes.
Do you remember? And like or the parking pass or something.
The
and
neighborhood,
I was like, there was like some like they were like, oh, there's like a lot of witches around here. Like it was some sort of like folk tale, and I was like, sweetie, are there like
and I literally wanted to die in a hole. It's like when you hear your mom call your dad like love or something. It was so funny. No, it's probably something like it's just that like I probably have something.
No,
too.
I caught myself saying it around one of his friends the other day, and I like after they left, I was like, I fucking said it like when one of your friends was here, and I like thought it was like replaying in my mind. I don't do it as much as I used to, but
so do you call each other babe?
Well, no, not babe.
So sweetie is like your babe. I feel. Yeah. It's like the same time. Like Ryan's a big babe guy. Like babe.
No, we don't do babe.
So I feel like for you, it's like sweetie.
Or like, I feel like we don't even have like crazy nicknames. Some people will be like my munchkin, my like whatever. Like, like they'll have like.
I'm sorry if any of you do that. That was
you know what I'm saying? Like they'll have like cute little my whatever. I feel like maybe via text, like we'll say like some like silly corny stuff, but
like the in person like an impulse, sweetie.
Yeah.
Does he say it too?
Not really.
No, it's cute. Like
I'm trying to think now. I'm like, oh my god,
soft side.
I know my soft girl.
Yeah, she's in her soft girl aesthetic.
No, it is. I mean, I can't believe that I'm this person now too. I
can't believe you didn't put that on the list. Oh, I still remembered it.
Yeah, Danielle was like, I've been meaning to bring this up.
I've been waiting for this one. Turn it up.
It's funny because that's another thing that I would have hated before I was in a relationship. Like, I feel like I would hear couples say that, but that's definitely disgusting.
Anybody would, yeah.
And now I'm like, all right. But I still feel the way that I feel about kissing photos.
Me too.
Because I saw
kissing on the lips.
I saw JC Marie Smith.
The TikTok, the
Love
nose
her.
thing.
But she was like, guys, she gave like a comprehensive tutorial on how to do kissing photos. And I was like, why is the algorithm serving me this? Because even when I'm like, even on my wedding day, I won't be posting a kissing photo. Like,
no, I know. I know there will be a kissing photo and it might be in the swipe if swipes are still a thing. But yeah, no, that wouldn't be like my just making out over like. I don't know. I don't want to see anyone.
Yeah, but I think some people's are cute. Like she posted that hers. I was like, damn, these are pretty cute photos. But
she posted this tutorial and was like, guys, I've learned the secret for a kissing photo. Like the girl's nose needs to be in front.
Yeah.
And it was like this whole thing, and I thought the same thing. I was like, "Damn, she's
no."
Good
The photos were great, but I just
it's such
was
an
picturing
intimate moment.
me doing them. I was like,
"No,
oh my god."
I love a kiss on the cheek photo, though. So I don't know. Maybe I'm weird for that, but
I know. I think about it because a lot of like I'm starting to get self-conscious because like in the beginning of us dating, like me and my boyfriend, like it was fine. Like we would like take our photos, but now like we look like friends in all the photos. Like it's not giving boyfriend girlfriend. It's giving like
I know
this is my friend.
Like, I know that's the thing. Or like if do you ever like go to pose with him and then you're like, do I put my hand on his chest? I'm like, I don't know.
But then that feels like high school.
Yeah,
so like I'm struggling.
Foot kicked up.
Yeah. Like yeah. I'm struggling.
That is so true. Like taking a photo with your boyfriend if you're not like doing something kissy. It's like
sometimes it gives siblings.
It's giving siblings. Yeah. It's giving cousins. It's giving we just met. Here's a photo to our mom. Like that is so true.
I'm really struggling with that because I feel like it's not about physical intimacy at all. Like I feel like I'm sure you and Ryan too. I feel like you guys are like always touching, whatever. Like it's not about that. But for some reason, when we pose for photos, me too. I'm like. I don't know.
Pose.
I need to be like, it's not even about being looser. It's just like the poses that I think of in my repertoire are like so
I know. When I think of it, I try to like grab like his arm with both of my arms and like lean against or something. Like now I'm thinking,
no, that's
like,
a cute
what's a good
photo pose, a couple's photo.
Get on their back. Friends. This is my big brother.
Yeah, it's giving family photos.
That is so true. Now I'm never gonna look at any photos the same.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm giving you guys my secrets. Now you're gonna look at my photos with him and be like, oh, they are giving friends.
That's really silly.
Wait, you got a lot of questions. Did
I?
Danielle, how are you liking your new apartment and neighborhood? It feels like you moved like 80 years ago, but I guess it was still pretty recent.
I know. I saw that question. I actually thought that was a good question because I've been thinking about it recently. Not that I'm moving, like not that my lease is up tomorrow, but like time flies
when you're having fun.
When you're having fun. I love my new neighborhood so much. I'm so walkable to a lot of different things. Like I'm really so happy. Like I love that I can just bop around, zippity doo dah. I'm right out like near a subway station, which has been really nice. I actually take the subway now because it's like closer. I don't know. It's just nice. Like I feel like there's not as many subway stations in the East Village, Lower East Side, just in general. Like, I feel like a lot of people say that. So moving over to the West has been nice in that sense. So that's been good. At first I had my issues with my super. Did I tell you about my super? How he like messaged me?
No.
Oh my god.
Well, you told me about the heap getting broken again because I came over that one day and you had the dish out and
yeah. Well, if you guys don't know, briefly, like my super, I don't know, I just had all these issues. Like he was basically gaslighting me. Like I felt so bad asking him for things, but he wouldn't let me like ask anyone else for help, or like I couldn't hire a task rep. It was this whole thing. Anyways, I like when I was giving like, you give like tips basically to the doorman, what supers, all the things. So I wrote him a note. I just said, thanks for taking care of me. I just said a nice thing.
That's sweet.
Even though he wasn't always the nicest, but he did good work, whatever. He sent me this long message like, thank you so much. And I just want to say, like, I am so sorry that I came off so strong when I first, did I not tell you this?
No.
Oh my God. It happened like right after our live show, like when I was flying home to Tampa for the holidays. He was like, I came off so strong. I just want you to know you're actually one of the brighter spots in our building. You've always been so nice to me. I'm so sorry. Just sometimes I can't like get through to people. Like if I'm too nice, so I have to be kind of aggressive. It was this whole thing, and I was like, oh my God, I feel so much better because I thought I was only being nice to him and he was treating me like shit. So now I feel like
maybe that's something that he should work on.
No,
though, is being a nicer person. Like,
no, I know. It's like you can't deal with people unless you're mean to them. Like,
that doesn't seem effective. I know
there
has to be a better way. Like,
I'm like he's like a big muscular guy. I'm like, people aren't walking all over you, sir.
Yeah.
Like, you're not a pushover.
He's like, this always happens.
I
to
know.
me.
He's like, I have to put on a tough front. Like, I don't know what but he literally called me the brighter spot in the building. So that was really nice. So because at first, like, you know, when the vibes are off in your building, like, he would text me, like, you have to pick up your package. Like, I don't know, like, things were just stressing me out a little bit. And
you're like, you have, like, not regrets, not regrets, but, like, you're thinking
but, like,
about
you're feeling anxious in your own building. Like, I'd be scared if he was in the elevator with me, like, just because I'm, like, scared of him. Like, not that he's a bad person, but just, like, oh, he doesn't like me.
Intimidated.
Like, intimidated is a better word. But so then when I got that message, it was really a nice sigh of relief, and I've gotten to know my doorman, and there's one that I love so much. So I'm definitely feeling a lot better. My building, like, I get the vibes, you know, like, it just, my key wasn't working out for, you know, just things happen when you first move somewhere. And now I'm like feeling really good. So I'm assuming I'm going to stay another year, which is a nice feeling to have. But who knows? We change our minds, right? So I don't know, because Ryan and I talk about living together. But I really don't want to move again this year. I really don't. And, like, he is loving his roommate. So I don't know. We'll see. But I do love my apartment and my neighborhood.
Yeah, that's a huge question too, is moving plans. And I think neither of us, we can both say we confidently, I don't know. If there's an update, we'll let you know.
I think it's kind of, there has to be some sort of sign from the universe where it's like, this just makes sense, or like it's a conversation you have with your partner and it's like, you're definitely really on the same page. Mm-hmm. But I think right now we're both kind of like, could do this way, could do that way.
I feel both, either, like, things could go either way. Yeah, because
people were like, is Brooke moving to Brooklyn? Wait, did I say that right?
Brooke moving to Brooklyn.
Yeah, I said it
right.
I
feel like I could go either way too, and that's another thing that I go back and forth on. Same with, you know, the boyfriend online content, but that's another thing where I'm like, oh, I'm there one day and I'm like, oh, I love Brooklyn, I want to move here, and then another day where I'm like, but I love my apartment, I love my life, like, I love being close to my friends, you know, and I love being in Manhattan, and I feel really lucky that I'm close to a lot of things, so I go a lot of which ways with that too. And then once, you know, moving in with a partner, like, there's a lot to consider, you know, on both ends. Like, I don't think it's not just my decision too, it's a mutual decision. I'm sure you feel that way too, like, you know,
it's just like, once you do it, that's kind of it. You either break up or get married.
Yeah, it's a big step in a relationship, I would say, for sure.
Like, that's so scary to me. Not that I don't love Ryan, but that's just like, that's that. Mm-hmm. You know, so you kind of just, but you also learn a lot about someone when you live with them. And it's fine if you break up and move out. People do it all the time.
Yeah.
But, like, it's just a thing.
It's a lot to consider. And it has to be both sides too. Like, you know, people are like, well, what do you want to do? I'm like, well, it's a joint decision. Like, we also have to have the, you know, like, we've had, like, loose conversations around. I know you guys have too, but it's like nothing set in stone. And it's like, you know,
I feel like no one's like, this needs to happen. It's kind of like, we're just like, enjoying it.
Yeah, it's like, well, let's see what works out for the best for both of us.
Yeah. We're getting a house, the four of us.
We're getting two houses, pulling a Shannon forward, and getting two houses next to each other.
I know.
That could be us one day.
Imagine if we just, like, dropped a photo and was like, that's what we've been hiding.
Oh my God, that would really break.
Bought 2 lots in Brooklyn.
That would really break the internet. Damn.
That would. I know. How to beat, I want to hear how to beat the winter uglies. Tell them about, did you see that somewhere? I'd never heard.
This is another JC Marie. I know I've been very in my JC Marie era.
Yes.
She posted something about, like, do you have a case of the winter uglies? You know that TikTok sound that's like the commercial sound?
Yes.
Do you have the winter uglies? Like, are you tired, unmotivated, feeling pale, dry skin, like all of these things? And I was like, yes, that's all of the above.
Yes, that's me. Like, saying yes to every single one.
I was like, that is so true. And I couldn't really put my finger on it because, like, obviously I'm super happy and just doing well. But, you know, I was thinking about it. I was like, I'm not feeling so hot. Like, I just was, you know, not feeling it. And
like, I'm like, literally not feeling hot.
Yeah.
Me too.
And winter just had me down bad, you know? So the ways that I'm starting to beat it, obviously a lot more like just prioritization of self-care in the way of, like I said, you know, putting on body lotion every night, you know, doing my full skincare routine, giving myself, a lot of people are embracing this like hibernation era now. Have you been seeing this?
No, but that is like, it feels winter vibe-y.
It is. Yeah. That's like, it's very, you know, oh, like I'm in my self-improvement time, you know, like lock myself in basically. Like I would just
Did you see the TikTok? I mean, obviously you've seen these TikToks where it's like the guy, I think from Stranger Things, and he's like,
yeah,
and he snaps and then he's like, that's better.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sure you saw this one, like people in their 20s, like 2 years ago, and it was like party rave, and then people in their 20s now, like skincare, masks, like self-care.
Exactly.
It's so funny.
Yeah. So I think obviously doing all of those things, as superficial as it sounds, I self-tan last night. I was like feeling really just like not great this weekend. I was like, you know what, I'm going to do this. And today I feel better. So, I mean,
I was gonna say,
you know,
you look tan.
thanks.
I put on some self-tanner before I got here to lock in.
Oh, nice.
Hopefully
it takes working. A second to work. Yeah. I'm implementing fitness back in my life, which is definitely helping getting those endorphins flowing.
It really does.
Yeah, it does. Honestly, just for like feeling better. And it's even harder in the winter, I will say, because getting to leave your house in those times. But like, there really is. It's a really good feeling leaving a workout class, a gym, anything, like being sweaty and like hitting the cold. It's honestly kind of a really good feeling. I don't know if you like that feeling.
Yes, like when you're sweating and then it's like whoosh.
Yes.
You're like invigorated.
The walk
it's
there sucks. Walk back, love it.
Oh my God, your music, you're like, life is so good today. I'm going to go get a coffee. I'm going to go do this and that.
Because you feel accomplished, but the walk there, you're like, oh, I don't want to do this. Like, it's cold, it's miserable. And then, but think about how good you'll feel after. Oh my God.
When the alarm goes off, I want to die. I'm like, no. Like when my alarm in the morning. Even I love my Hatch alarm, but I'm still like, no, that means I need to get out of bed. Yeah,
I know. So
then you feel good.
I feel that, yeah. We have a lot of trips coming up. You just came back from a trip. Obviously, that's really privileged if you get to be able to travel and have those things to look. Even if it's just one thing to look forward to. Like I just planned something. We have a few coming up, but I planned a very exciting. I'm really excited. Like true couples trip, like to a resort. Like never done anything like this before, and like it's so many months away, but I'm so excited for it.
It's gonna be the best,
right? So like having things on the calendar really to look forward to mark that, like that will keep you going.
Yeah, it's good to have motivation. Something I did the other day, and again, this is like an expensive day, but it was a nice. I like did a ton of self-care appointments. Like I did a wax. I got my eyebrows waxed. I got a Brazilian. I got a spray tan. I got my hair done, like a blowout. I got my nails done. You know, like I know a lot of people that have like they just reserve like an afternoon or like, you know, a Saturday to like just do all your beauty appointments in one day, and you just feel so freaking fire. I love after that. Yeah, it's the best. Or like whatever your appointments are, like maybe for you it's getting a trim. Like nothing feels better than like getting a fresh haircut, like a quick haircut or a manicure or, you know, whatever those things are for you.
People are like doing the sauna thing now, like booking a sauna. Like I think that they're doing even like just booking a workout class, like literally doing anything that will get you out. And I feel like a lot of my friends are doing like class pass and like gym pass and like these things just to break up the winter. Yeah, and I feel like that's it. And I mean, I know that this is true, but it's all a mindset. Like my skin has been really bad, but once again, it's the type of thing that like I bring attention to, and it's worse. You know, like if I just embrace it and just move on and try, you know, like So that's how I'm beating the winter uglies. But I do feel not my best. And
I know. I was having this moment where I was like, it's kind of, there's no way to combat it completely because like the summer is just the summer. But like there really are ways to like really make yourself feel better and like start to feel good. So like, you know, I don't know. It's definitely hard because nothing compares to summer. So you kind of just have to have that in your mind. Okay, like summer is just a whole different animal. At least for me, I'm a whole different animal.
No, I forget that.
But then just like be like, this is Winterbrook. Like this is my
Winterbrook
era. Yeah, like earmuffs Brook. You know, like I don't know. There's just different eras, which I'm learning about myself too. I'm like, yeah, a new character unlocked. Kind of just tune into that instead and go into your hibernation era and enjoy this and take time to, you know, like if there's been an peel you've been wanting to do on your face, you know, when you like can't see people for a week or whatever. I never do it because I'm like, oh, like I don't know. So
true.
Like do that stuff right now. Like I've just been like doing little organization things in my apartment. Not that has to do with my body or my looks, I guess, or feeling, but it's still like so nice to get your shit together.
I feel that way too. So I just built another piece of furniture today. Like there's just things that I'm like, you know,
it's fun to do. I want to do. Like there's not as much going on, so you're like, oh, I'll just go into this corner of my apartment and fix this.
Embrace the slowness, I think.
Yes.
But trust me, we are all going through it, girl.
Yeah, when you posted that, I was like, same. Like literally same. And I was in Miami, but like, you know, the sun wasn't as powerful and like, you know,
it's winter. The winter is wintering.
Winter is wintering.
What should we end on?
How about
what's one thing that makes you want to keep going every day?
Damn.
I know that's like kind of like aggressive, but like it kind of goes along with like winter and like being happy. And
well, I think I screenshot this one. I think I liked it, or maybe you did. Maybe we both liked it. Because the reason I say that is because I had an answer in mind. Maybe it's really basic, but like so truly, like we both have really supportive parents, which is just so amazing. But like I find myself throughout the day like texting my dad or my mom like I did this, you know, like it truly, like being able to tell my family that I did this or like something, like it makes me so happy. Like I know my parents would be so proud, or my family or whoever your relative is, I did this. I don't know, like that's been something for me recently. It's been a really nice thing. Like that's been keeping me going. My family, the health of my family, the well-being, like the Carolyn name, like that's been something that's been really on my mind recently.
That's a really great answer. No, thanks. I do think, because I feel that too, actually. Even when I like work out, weirdly, like I'll think about my brother, because you know he's so into fitness and everything era. And he said something to me recently. He was like, I see you grinding, like I'm proud of you, like something. And I was like, me? You're proud of me? When your brother says that, my brother said that to me recently too, because he's literally Sal and him are like the same. Yeah. And it's like feels so good. I know. You're like, oh, I'm up. Yeah. Like, okay, you're proud of me. Yeah. That's a really good answer. Yeah. It's I think kind of basic, but it is like really true for me. I would say for me, it's like, I don't know if this is like the best response, but like my future and kind of like that the fate of your life is like in your own hands in a way. Yeah. Yeah. And it sounds cliche, and, you know, you might be in a situation where you feel like you have no control over certain things. And, you know, we have a lot of control over a lot of things. So not everyone's going to be in our same exact place, but I know you can take control in some element of your life. So I think just knowing that you have the power, like this sounds so corny and like self-helpy, but like knowing that you have like the power in those choices to like do things for yourself and to change, knowing that you have the power to say no to things, to say yes to things, like it's a very empowering thing to realize cool. That like you have control of your own life for the most part. I mean, literally. You literally do, not for the most part, like you do. The day that I started to realize, like in college or whatever, that like I don't have to like go out all the time or whatever, like it's okay if I stay in, like my mindset forever changed on just like everything. I was like, it's pretty cool. I could do literally whatever I want. Like if I want to stay and watch a movie, I can. If I want to, you know, take a walk out on the streets right now, I can. Like it's very empowering that like your life is like up to you. Yeah. And you could take it a million different ways. There's not one specific path that's necessarily destined for you. Like I guess you could believe that, but I believe that it's like a map of like choose your own adventure, and you can. Yeah. Oh, I like that. Like you can either do this or that. Yeah, you could take the windy path. You could take the short, straight one. Or you could take the long with the curve at the end. And that leads to this and that. Yeah. And that's really, I like that. Like what keeps you going is your future and like the well-being of it all and doing all the things. Yeah. And my life is in my own hands, you know? Like I don't want to just sit and like watch it go by in a way. Like that's why, I mean, there's definitely days when I do less, but then the days that I do so much, I'm like, wow, I'm really like doing a lot for me and for my future and for like the stories that I'll be able to like tell my kids someday, or, you know. I mean, the days that you do less too, I'm having to reframe it in my brain as like, but I need this. Like, I need this to be able to do more tomorrow. So it's pretty great. Yeah. Did you ever hear do it for the vine? Do it for the story? Do it for the story. Have you ever heard that? No. That's cute. It's like, I feel like in like high school people would say that, like, oh, like I did it for the story, like, you know, just yeah whatever. Yeah. I mean, Serena Kerrigan says like do it for the plot, but like do it for the story is kind of like same like you value. Do it like, oh, I did this like crazy random thing like for the story. No, I know. And it's I have a lot of those things in my life that I'm like, oh, Price is Right, like did it for the story, like, you know. No, I know that is really. I like that. Do it for the story, do it for the plot, whatever it may be. Oh my gosh, I thought I was gonna look over and it was a 2-hour episode, but hour 30 minutes, but probably more by the time with the commercials and everything. But wow, this was so fun. Much needed catch up. Yeah, a good episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I love our podcast. I do. I think it's such a good podcast. Like I just think like selfishly, because my favorite types of podcasts are what we do. Yeah. But it's so awesome. You're just sitting with your best friends and chatting. We talk about so many different topics that are usually relatable. And if not, they're about influencer things that maybe people want to hear. I think
I'm gonna hype us up really quick. I think we're a good freaking podcast.
I think so too. I would say we're a 5-star podcast. So
yeah,
if you
so
go rate us 5 stars, please, on Spotify, Apple, wherever you're
please.
listening. If you're watching on YouTube, give a thumbs up, subscribe, and follow the show, I guess, wherever you listen on. And on Instagram, we're killing it on Instagram.
Yes, the Gals in the Go Instagram is so cute. At Gals in the Go podcast, we have a TikTok to see little blips of the day, of the episodes of the day. No, you can watch our vlogs for that.
Yeah,
YouTube.com/Brooke Michio and Danielle Carolyn. If you live near Tampa or Orlando, we won't be coming anytime soon. So get tickets for those live shows. They're going to be so much fun. Link below, February 15th and 16th. And we will talk to you guys next week for our next episode.
Bye, guys.
Bye.